Howdy folks, my name's Darren from RC Scale Models, and today I have something a little bit different again, and this is another Star Wars item and kit. Again, this one's from Bandai. This is their figure series and selection of figures. So this is Mandalorian 1/12 scale, and it's from obviously the TV series. It's halfway through. It's not when he's got the complete armor, but it's as I say, it's halfway through, just after he gets the spear and stuff. So if you've ever seen the series, I don't want to say too much just in case you haven't seen it, but you get some on the side. What you get within the kit, obviously you get the whole of the Mandalorian figure to build up. You get the weapons, so you get the spear, his gun, a sword, which again is part of the series. You have to watch it. His back jetpack, you get different arms, his pistol. Some parts are pre-coloured and some not. This one you're going to have to paint up the Beskar armour, so it's like a chromey silver type colour. It's different ways you want to do this. I'm probably going to use AK real metal colours for his armour. I'll probably use a polished chrome, polished steel, I don't know yet. It's it's not a real metal. Beskar armor is basically made for Star Wars. So what you get inside the box is the work manual loaded with plastic, and we'll take a closer look. So straight off the bat you got your work manual, pretty standard for Bandai, and you've got parts of the images of the movie. It is a pull-out page, so you want to work your way along. Just work out how they've done this quickly. So what we do is we do it from here onwards. So this section here is everything within the kit. This section here with the crosses is a little bit of armor and legs and stuff for the bounty hunter Boba Fett, because he has some parts within the Mandalorian, because Boba Fett has Beskar armor as well. Again, you have to see the series to understand it. So you get a base, your weapons, that kind of thing. There is another version out this with the armor that is pre-painted, so they've already done a chrome effect for you, but that doesn't look as good, and it's too shiny for my liking. When you look at the ones in the movie, it's more dulled down, so I think it'd be better to paint it yourself. So step one, how Bandai do their stuff is they give you a section. What's in colour is the parts you could be working on, and you move along. So working on with the chest plate, and basically it's brown segments, so it's kind of pre-coloured, but again you probably want to paint it yourself. So you have the chest plate and the back of the plate, and you have these polycap type ball joints is going to where the arms are going to move. Obviously you have a centre plate just for support. Attaching those together, two little pins at the front which allows stuff to be attached to, like his backpack, cloak, that kind of thing. Once that's built up, you have to make up the neck section. So it's front, the actual ball joint for the neck, and then the back plate that makes up the neck, which is here. Attach that to the body armor, and then this section here is the lower waist. So it's two brown parts, and then you have this bluey colour part where again you're gonna want to change the colours up. They do give you colours here, but again I don't know what paints they use, but sometimes they give you a rough guide in English, roughly. So like this blue for instance is just, they give you a light blue 100%, but there's no indication of what manufacturer it is. So you have to do your research and just make sure you know your stuff. Attach the lower part, the waist, the upper chest and the neck makes this section. Then you're working on the cape itself. The cape is material within the kit, which is okay I suppose. We will take a close look. How you do that is you fold the ring back on itself, and then that part gets folded downwards. The two end pieces clip onto the shoulders, And then the this neck piece folds back again, and you put your basically your neck on, or your head will hold it into place, kind of thing. But also you want to put on this part, which is two parts, which is his chest belt type thing. The actual head, which is step 2, which comes as one side. This section here is the visor part, and then you sandwich it together. Attach the head, which locks the cape in place, stops it popping off. Step 3 is basically the lower waist again, and it's like each crotch area. You have the front part, and then you have the ball joints for that, attaching those sections like it shows you down the bottom. So like I say, step 1 and 2 and 3 is this part, 5 and 7 would be his legs and so forth. So it is explained quite well. Strangely, they go into colour, and then after that they seem to go straight into black and white. I don't know why they do that. So this section here again is part of the waist, front and rear, attaching that to the lower section. Now number 4 is working on the legs. So you have the upper leg thigh section, which is 2 parts, and then the front part on here, which is the armoured plate to cover his leg. And then this section is the lower leg section, which would be your shin piece, 2 sections. And then this section here, it looks like the knee joint, which comes as 2 parts, and then you've got these attachments, which is allowed for the movement. You have this section here, A10 is the padded kneecap section, a small part. And once they've been built, you can make all those 3 sections can make up the leg, and then you attach 2 ball joints to the foot. The foot comes as 2 halves, or his actual boot he's wearing. That makes up the foot, and then you can attach that to the lower section of the foot. This section here is the upper top of the thigh section. That makes up the left leg, the right leg, and then you repeat the process again to make the left leg, which is pretty standard. Attaching the 2 legs. This section here looks like his little pouch on the side, which carries his pistol. This is part of his belt assembly. This section here is the other side of the belt. This looks like the front of the belt, so it comes in several parts. Hopefully it all locks together in place nicely. If it does go together just like I've discovered so far with the Millennium Falcon that I'm currently building, it goes together superb. So hopefully these kits go together just as nice, the figures. This section here looks like part of the belt assembly. We have more ball joints and small segments. I believe these sections is to do with the shoulder. So this is the right arm now you're working on. So it looks like the shoulder section. This is the armour plate, the shoulder pad. Then we have the lower section of the arm. I suppose not the shoulder, but it'd be the upper arm section, which is here. Again, 2 halves in the ball joints. And once you've made those, they can go together. Shoulder and upper arm section. This section here looks like, yeah. So this section here is the forearm with the ball joint, attaching all 3 segments to make the arm up. Then you're optional of what hand you want to use for how you want to depose it. And this is the right arm complete. Repeating the process again down here and here makes up the left arm. Once it's done, you can attach left and right arms into place, and then that's pretty much the figurine complete. This section here is making up his jetpack. So you have the rear of the jetpack, we have little detail parts and a couple of caps, more detail parts, and then the front plate sandwiched together. Top caps on the actual tanks itself. Then we have the nozzles, come as 3 parts, left and right. That makes up the jetpack itself. You can attach the jetpack, which is an optional part of how you want to display him. Number 7 is working on the weapons. You've got 2 parts for the pistol, 2 parts for his rifle, and then the butt plate for the rifle, and it looks like part of the breech, or even though it's laser like guns. Then you have to obviously paint these, which again is on the paint guide on the back of the instructions. We have an optional hand, which would be F8 hand, which holds his pistol. Or if you don't want to hold his pistol, you can go in his side pouch. Here is the Beskar spear, if you want to use that, and you need to use hand F10 for the Beskar spear, and also for the sword, the Beskar sword. If you don't want to use his rifle within his hand, you can use F10 is the hand for the rifle. It doesn't give you a number for the hand for the weapon, it's just a closed hand. If you're not using the rifle, you can attach it to his back, but you can't put the jetpack on. So it's rifle or jetpack, you can't have both at the same time. But you can have jetpack and Beskar spear. This is the base plate. If you want to stand him on the base plate, it comes in one big square, and then you get two optional squares to fill in the actual holding section. His foot slots into one of the slots that holds him into place. Also, they give you a other stand which plugs into the back of the jetpack, which can allow the figure to elevate slightly. And then you do get these little clips. So here you have multiple bases, you can make longer bases. So here is your colour call out for painting your Mandalorian. It's done in several sections. As I say, colours are down the bottom, but I don't know what manufacturer they use. For the silver, they just call out for silver 80% plus 10% clear, so it gives it a little bit of a shine to it. Again, you just paint it silver and then clear coat it afterwards. Does the same effect. For the brown, they're calling out for flat brown 30% plus brown 10%. Again, what type of brown? There's hundreds of thousands of browns out there, so make up your mind. It's like a darky brown colour. His undercoat or under armour is like a dark brown. Here they're calling for the base metal is metal black 100%. I'm not sure what they mean by that. Back of the hands, so the back of his hand here where the blue triangle is calling out for soul colour 90% plus flat black 10%. Jumpsuit, they're calling out for, can't pronounce that word, it's polish, panache. I'm not sure what the colour stands for, but that's 55% plus flat black 30% and 15% yellow. Right arm and right belt and gun holster is done in brown 60%, 30% grey and 10% black. Again, you're just going to have to make up these colours or just try and figure something out, because they're just really difficult to work with. As I say, you're going to have to paint the silver as well, his armour, and we're just going to have to figure that out. As for Mandalorian himself, this is so here is the actual armour plates. Again, this is not coloured. You can buy a coloured version, but I don't like it. It's too chromy for me. So we're going to have to figure out what colour to do Mandalorian. If anyone knows what best colour to use for him, would be perfect. I have got a slight problem. My Beskar spear has got a warp to it, which is a bit of a shame. So this is the body arm. Here's the helmet section, shoulder pads. You get the forearm sections, his chest plate, leg plates. This section here is to do with the jetpack, and obviously his Beskar spear. these are all the ball joints section, and this is like a rubbery material, plasticky rubber material, so these are all the polycap ball joints. This one is solid plastic. This is his Beskar spear, which you want to do this like a black and metal, and then this is like a shiny metal colour with like a grey blue accent. That's what it looks like within this series anyway. His hands, different sections of how you want to pose him. So his fingers are like a yellow. The back of his hand is that beigey colour with the blue triangle. This is part of your base plate. Here is his pistol, or blaster pistol as they call it. Here is his rifle, and this is part of the rifle. He has a scope on his rifle as well. Nicely done though. So this section here is normal plastic, and this is the brown material again. So this is his undercoat and under armour type thing. Some of these sections were crossed out because they were designed for Boba Fett. He has kind of the same armour, and you just paint it slightly different colours, and you've got different hands. I imagine these are for Boba Fett as well. Different leg parts. These are the chest plates and lower sections and waist. Some of these you need and some of these you don't. Some of these again you don't need. These are to the Boba Fett. These are Boba Fett parts, I know that. So are these leg parts. So again, it is nicely done. This section here again is a bit of a softer plastic. It's like that rubbery plastic again, and these two sections is for his belt. So they have kind of slide molded it to make this section get this detail. Here is his the back of the rifle, and this section is his holster. It is slide molded to a degree, or it would be from this end actually. Here is the base plate, pretty standard black. You probably want to paint it or do whatever with it. This is the actual pin or side plate to allow you to add more base plates to make them longer. You do get stickers and decals within this kit, and they must be in another bag. So this is stickers, and I am missing decals. Nope, sorry, you don't get decals with this one, it's just stickers only, which is a bit of a crap thing really. So all of this I'm not going to bother using. I'm just going to have to paint everything. His back of his hands, even this section over his leg, which requires a little bit of damage, so we're going to have to carefully paint this up. So these are junk anyway, forget them things. So this section here, here's another backpack, and this looks like Boba Fett's backpack because it's got the rocket at the back. So don't really need to pay attention to this part as much unless you're going to build Boba Fett. And then we have this section here. I like how they do their sprues. I don't know how they do it. They probably do them separately and then they just clip them together. But you've got the blue segments, dark brown and grey blue colour. So this is part of his waist. This is the lower waist section. This is part of his shin pad as well. Here's the lower feet section, chest plate, legs, more detailed parts. There's his boots or shoes. So it is nicely done. Just going to take a lot of painting and then assembly. You're probably better off painting them off the sprue, clean them up, paint them all, and then just basically assemble it. That's probably the best way of doing it. than it is putting together and then painting it. You're probably better off doing it separately. I know some of the other figures, like the stormtroopers and stuff, they're already white plastic, and that looks pretty good to leave as is. When you look at the stormtroopers within the movies and stuff, they're not really painted, they're already like a plasticky weird armour they have. Here is the fabric piece for his cape. You could leave it perfectly clean, or you could damage the hell out of the bottom of it, which probably look a little bit better if you damage it up and put a little bit of weathering and dust into this. So this is not too bad. And that is it for the figure and the kit. So there you are, my friends. There's another kit from Bandai. It's their 1/12 Mandalorian figure. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.